this afternoon we're going to do some story writing. We've had our lunch, and this morning they've done their maths and English bits, and we did some baking and made homemade soup. And so this afternoon it's lovely and sunny, so we've dragged the table and chairs out the garage and put the parasol up, and we're going to do some story writing outside. So I thought I'd share what we do for creative writing. So we've got one of these A4 boxes, and we kind of make it just a bit fun. So this box is just stocked with lots of bits from Twinkl. So we have obviously various ages, have a 9, 10, 6 and 4-year-old, and our 1-year-old is napping. So Twinkl does different lined paper, and they do them for different levels. So some are much wider, so they don't have as many lines, and some are smaller. So we usually have a selection of those, and I just have printed things like writing prompts. If you have a reluctant writer, then something like this is quite a fun idea. So that's some of the younger writing lines. So my 6-year-old uses those. Also have other things. If they don't feel like story writing, they could write a letter to someone in the family. So we really like the story cubes, the Rory's story cubes. So we have a couple of sets. We have the Primal and the Voyage. So they come in these nice little magnetic boxes, and they're little cubes with pictures on. So basically what they usually do is take 3 each randomly, and they'll throw them, and they'll see what they get, and they'll try and make a story out of it, and it's a bit of a challenge. So there's loads of different ones in the set, and they're all different themes. So we got these off eBay. So they're really nice, and they have different prompts on them. So sometimes we use those. They tend to prefer using these to coming up with their own a lot. So for my 4-year-old, she'll just do some drawing, a self-portrait or a picture of something, as she's not doing any writing or anything yet. So if they want to do like a character thing, they can circle the words. These are all Twinkl. Choose a character's name, write a bit about them, and do a picture of them. Then there's a character profile for an older child here, which the boys would use, which gives a bit more detail. So they don't always use those, but they have the option. Twinkl also does these story maps, so they can plan out what they're going to do, which can be helpful sometimes when they don't really know where they're going with the story, or if they're quite new to story writing. It can be nice, just a couple of words in each bit, just have a plan. They also do different themed ones, spooky settings, and they do adventure settings. I think we've used all the others. They also just print off any little writing prompts that might make someone a bit keener to write. So Twinkl also does, I've also printed and laminated loads of these to help. So they have loads of different ways to help with the story. So different words they could use, different spellings of things, descriptive words if they're looking to describe something, describing characters. They might use this map to have a look. So there's loads. Different themes, they're describing the setting, character they're describing, and for spelling. There's loads of different ways to open a story. So they don't use these a load, but I do pass them on sometimes if they look like they could use it. So I also keep a card in here if they want to illustrate the story or make a cover for it, like a little book. And we just have some card lined paper. Oh, and there's a drawing step-by-step book in here for buildings, which I just stuck in. So, oops, sorry. So what we tend to do is, we don't tend to do it at formally at the table. In the winter, we'll just go gather in the lounge around the table in there, or around the coffee table, or they'll get a big clipboard each and just cozy up on a chair, and we'll have some snacks. It's kind of part of our story writing routine, and what we'll do is we'll all write a story and do the dice together, and then we'll all read it out at the end. So we've made it a bit of a tradition that when we do story writing, I always get this bowl out that we use for Christmas snacks, and I fill it with some goodies that they can nibble at while they're writing, and that kind of adds a little fun novelty to it and makes them a little bit more willing to come and do some story writing. So we'll do that, but today we're going to do it in the garden, so we're going to sit under the parasol, do a bit of writing. So I don't linger too much over their grammar and their sentence structure and stuff when they're doing their stories. It's purely just for fun to get them into writing, and if I notice any problems with spelling or with sentence structure, I'll just bank it and we'll work on it the following morning or so. So it's just about making writing interesting and exciting, and making them want to write and use their imaginations. Our fan.
Well. I'm going to pretend that's the prehistoric Dinosaurus.
Oh, yes.
That's the tin.
Well, that looks like an exciting story.
It's green. Yeah.
It is.
It looks like grey. I need a grey for the Grey Mountains. Anyone have any grey? No. Whatever.